let's actually talk a little bit about the hypocrisy of garden tools.
Yes,
One of the interesting little bits of hypocrisy that has come out about this is the ladies of the night of Twitch. It's really interesting how vocal they've been. They've been extremely vocal about Doc. And the interesting thing to me is, I think I dunked on one of them yesterday. They're like, "Oh my God, Doc was talking to somebody this old, blah, blah, blah." Girl, who do you think is buying your loots?
Yes. And they're marketing on a platform. Twitch is was created originally as like a gamer streamer platform. And while they do have a bunch of this hot tub stream and this and that stuff was relatively newly added. The whole draw of Twitch was, here is a platform for gamers. Watch your favorite gamers play their games on here that they're really good at, or they're just really fun. And it does attract a lot of children. They allow children on the website. It is not an 18+ website. So the women on this website are fully aware that the content that they create will be seen by children.
Oh yeah, of course. Right, exactly.
So people can argue that, oh, well, they're not wanting the children to watch it. Well, if you're going to a public place where children are present, then there is a behavioral guidelines that you have to stick to. Or if you go out to a restaurant, oh, well, there's mostly adults there, but there's some children that you still have to,
there's some decorum
in a way that children will be present, and children will be present, then you need to not act. That is common sense. Don't display yourself in a manner. And these women are deliberately streaming on this platform to funnel in their OF customers. A lot of them, it's their OF is their business strategy. The Twitch streaming is simply to gain more customers, not because, oh, I'm actually having fun with this game. Actually, it's a marketing tool.
Yeah.
So they are posting their link trees. They're posting links that direct to their OF pages straight from the Twitch page, which they're streaming to children, a chunk of children in there. And that's predatory behavior.
Yeah, this chick, Nadia, who's a well-known cheater in Call of Duty and an OF girl, puts out a victimhood tweet that's like, "I'm getting more hate for calling out people defending Doctor for being," again, she uses the P word, which is not correct, and he should sue her for that.
Right.
And though I replied, "You use the platform for 13-year-olds to sell OF photos. Who do you think is buying those?" Like, it's more nefarious than Melonie's even pointing out. Like, it's worse even because they know. Okay, so here's the business model, right? I go on a website, I pretend to like a video game that I know 13-year-olds are going to watch.
Right.
So I'm going to play Call of Duty, or, they're not playing some obscure game that only adults like. They pretend to play some, kid-friendly game with the expressed, the entire goal of their existence on that website is to sell photos of their beehole to people. They are not, like Melonie said, they aren't there because they like streaming. They aren't there because they like, it is a loophole that many of these women came from sites that were dedicated to that.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, all I have to do is pretend to like a video game. Like, some of these women were even buying gameplay video and just having it play, and they weren't even really playing the game. So many of them got called out for that. And like, they again, what Dr. Disrespect did, at minimum, what we know, very bad. We are not, sweeping for that. However, this does bring up a bigger conversation about, hey, Twitch, how many of these women are talking to people that they shouldn't be in the whispers to sell them photos? I guarantee you that's a non-zero number. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So Yeah,
And
so they
and
oh, go
even
ahead.
on like their streams while they're live, they're actively engaging with their audience. They're engaging with minors
Right.
on the platform while they're live. This is just a complete representation of an accurate representation of what goes on in society, how people are defending female PDF files,
Right.
female predators. They get defended. Same with like the
The
teachers.
teachers, the nice thing. Like,
Right. It's like the
yeah.
females, they will get defended. Uh and the same thing is going on with Twitch on here. And calling this out will a ton of these people making these very extreme accusations against Dr. Disrespect without knowing full context. They're the first ones to get mad about any of us pointing out that, hey, are we going to talk about the fact that Twitch is riddled with
With
female
female
predators?
predators? Yeah, right.
Are we just going to pretend like this doesn't happen? Because it is a gigantic problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's the long and short of it. And what happens is they're going to want to say, well, this, you're just sweeping for Doc. No, Doc is bad. Okay.
Yeah,
And after some of the stuff I've seen today that we're going to talk about, I don't know if you've even seen,
I haven't.
I think I'm ready to finally disavow.
Okay.
But okay, we agree. Let's move on. Doc's career is destroyed. He's been cut from NBA 2K. He's been cut from his own bourbon company. He's been cut from Turtle Beach. He's probably going to get banned from YouTube. I would just not, or demonetized or something. He's all right. So you guys got your scalp. All right. Now let's turn Sauron's eye onto the thousands of females predating on young kids on the platform to get them into the pipeline of degeneracy. Because you want to talk about this, leftoids. You want to make a big deal about Doc. Who knows? Having some conversation he shouldn't have had. Okay, he didn't meet up with them. He didn't exchange photos with them. He didn't, it never went further than chatting, which shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Right.
But okay, cool. You guys got Doc. Now let's talk about the 10,000 e-girls on the platform right now that are playing Minecraft, a children's game, with a camera pointed down their top. And then with a link, like you said, a link tree, which everybody knows. Like Twitch is like, well, we banned OF links. Oh, okay, but you can still do link trees?
Link tree links are there. I just saw one yesterday from this whore that got really mad at me yesterday because she was going after Vera Dark and bragging about, I got a ratio there. Well, yeah, I didn't take kindly to that, so I called her out for what she's doing. Wait a minute, don't you think it's predatory that you are marketing toward children with your OF links, with your prostitution? Because that's what it is. And they want to use words. They want to change words. For example, sex worker to try to make that sound. It's prostitution. That's exactly what it is. So when you really say it for what it is, these girls are on a child-friendly platform to market their prostitution.
We'll stop. Yeah, right. That's it. Like there's no denying. And like people can cope and see that. I see a few of you in chat, and I'm glad you're here because we don't want people that only agree with us. But like, I think you're coping if you're yelling at me about Dr. Disrespect. I think you're coping if you're yelling at Nick Merckx about Dr. Disrespect. Right. I think you're coping if you're like harassing Z Laner to make a statement. That's all a weird cope. It's none of their faults. They had nothing to do with it. They obviously didn't know about it. So why are you in their chats having a melty? Because you're coping. You're not. You don't actually care that Doc was a terrible husband. You just care about something that you view as an ideological win. You think that you got another anti-woke guy, although Doc really isn't quote unquote anti-woke. He's just not a.
This is a tool for them to go after multiple people and to try to take any of the anti-woke people down with him, because they know that us anti-woke people, it's our policy to see evidence of stuff. We're not on the cancel pig thing. We want to see evidence before we'll jump to a conclusion and say something so extreme about somebody, anybody. And they know that. And so this is not only a method to take someone out that they don't like, in this case, Dr. Disrespect, but it's also to anybody who says, wait, let's see evidence. Anybody else that was remotely associated with him or as in the same space as him who doesn't have the approved narrative views, they just want to just take them all out.